ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Hopefully you enjoyed that little enchanting session there at the beginning. And as you can see, right here where I'm standing, this used to be where our other tent was at. And it is now gone. I tore it down. I started tearing up. There was a chest over there, if you guys remember from building that house, and a couple chests out here and stuff. I started just packing stuff up and moving it over to the castle so that we could get it in our storage over there. And I slowly have been taking stuff out of these barrels. As you can see, those two are gone now. This one's pretty close to empty. I've been slowly doing that stuff off camera. You can see I got some vines growing on here. I want to make some mossy cobble to go around the bottom of this. Ooh, you guys might have just saw something. Anyway, let's run through the gear real quick since we did a bunch of trading with villagers. I did a lot of breeding, a lot of trading, got all that stuff set up, took all the books over to the skeleton farm over there, sat there and grinded, got a bunch of levels, and we got sweet gear. Okay, so the helmet. Oh, real quick, I named most all my stuff after Greek gods or something to do with Greek mythology. So here we go. Poseidon, of course, because Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Protection 4, and Respiration 3. This helmet is awesome. Then we went Heracles. That's right, Heracles, not Hercules. So Heracles and Hercules are like the exact same person basically, but one's Roman mythology and the other one's Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, Heracles is the one. In Roman mythology, he's named Hercules. So in the movie Hercules and stuff, where he's like the son of Zeus and everything, that's not true because Hercules was Roman. But Heracles, same dude. I went with the chest plate because one of his trials that he had to complete was to kill the Nemean lion, and the hide of the Nemean lion is like impenetrable, so I went with the chest plate for that. We got protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Mending. Because we're in 1.15, we can't do the god armor and stuff like that from the older ones where you could have protection, blast protection, fire protection, projectile protection, all on the same stuff. So we went with just straight protection. I'll end up making a fire protection suit at some point for when we venture into the nether and do a little more nether stuff. Onto the pants. Apollo. Okay, so Apollo was the twin brother of Artemis. He is like the god of healing, medicine, stuff like that, but also little known fact is that he is the god of dance and music. So I figured pants, you know, dance your pants off. No, yeah, just went with Apollo for this one. Same as the chest plate, we got the same protection and all that on it. Then onto the boots, we went with Hermes, of course, because Hermes is the god that had the winged sandals and all that, you know, you guys know the stuff. Mending, Feather Falling, Protection 4, Depth Strider 3, and Unbreaking 3. These things are sweet. On to the tools now. So the sword, named it Harpy because that's the name of the sword that Perseus used to kill Medusa. He used it to cut her head off. So I went with that for the sword. Sharpness 5, Looting 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending. I do want to get knockback on this, but I don't have a book and a villager and stuff for it yet, so I'm not too worried about it. When I get it, I'll put it on there. The pick, Silk Touch pick, we are going with Hephaestus. So he's the god of like tinkering and making stuff. If you've read into Greek mythology and stuff, he like makes all the automatrons and bots and stuff like that. Anyway, Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, Silk Touch, Mending. We're using him for our Silk Touch pick. The axe, we are going for Labris. Okay, that is the name of the double-sided axe that is actually the symbol of Zeus. Okay, it's like the, I don't know, his symbol or whatever that is like his thing. He used it if you read about it, that's what he used. He used a double-sided axe to like conjure his storms and stuff, almost like Thor, but not Thor. But yeah, efficiency 5 on breaking 3, mending on that one. And then on the shovel, I went with Hades because, of course, Hades is the god of death in the underworld. So a shovel, I figure you could dig a grave with it. Efficiency 5 on breaking 3, mending. And then for our fortune pick, I went with Tyche, I think is how you pronounce it. She's the goddess of fortune in Greek mythology. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, Mending. Yep, so that's all the gear there that we got all done up. Also off camera, I told you I tore all this down, started packing all that stuff up. I built a 0-tick sugarcane farm because I needed a lot of paper to do trading with the villagers. This is a design by a guy named El Mango. If you played Minecraft and have studied any sort of redstone contraptions, you probably know who El Mango is. Guy's a freaking genius. Anyway, this could get loud, so actually let me just turn this down. Flick this on. And it just goes back and forth, and because the block's going back and forth under the sugarcane, it updates it, and then every 2.3 seconds or something like that, boop, pops off a sugarcane. You can just leave this running and just get a ton of sugarcane, and then I was just turning that into paper. Yeah, it's not lossless. There's a few that get stuck up there, but it's whatever. I've been turning all this into paper and trading with my villagers and stuff. So let's get this back up. Okay, and then let's head back over here. I got the chests cleaned up that were out here. I still need to get rid of the podzol and stuff. I started decorating more of this pathway. We got this going along off to this side. Got it going down here. Got this all decorated up. I put the little archery range. Target blocks are coming in the next update, so those will get put here instead of fletching tables. You can only set the fletching tables a certain way. They always face the same way for some reason, so I couldn't get the targets to face out this way, but yeah, you get the idea. Pathway coming into here. We've got all this stuff semi-organized now. This is like pre-crafted, you know, greens, the heads that I've been getting, the different types of wood, redstone, and I've tried to like kind of organize everything up here. And then up here, we did a little more in the bedroom. Got like a little book thing going on here. I actually got a bed up here now. I got a little brewing stand going on over here, a little armor stand. I've been putting iron in here. I started brewing some potions of healing. And then I'm going to put music discs and horse armor and then extra glass bottles and stuff for brewing in here. And then these guys here, of course, they're still there breeding it up. I haven't actually bred them in a while. Got lanterns and stuff planted around here and now to kind of like light everything up, stuff like that. Haven't done anything else over here. I've done a little bit here in the dining hall. So we got the table with the food, the chicken and stuff. I need to put more, like a flower in this, and then I want to put some drink cups and stuff down, something up there. I got a nice painting up there, painting there, and then I did stained glass right there. So yeah, dark wood or dark oak seats, gate in between, just like that. And I like opening them this way, and they look kind of like armrests. Can't do the outside part, but it's fine, it looks good. And then if we head back down here to where the villagers were or are, I moved them all down one, so they were higher. If you like this, that's where that was at, or that's where they're coming down at, and I moved it. They used to go up, so I dropped everything down and moved them all back down here. When I did that, I dropped them down in their minecarts, put their workbenches and stuff back down here, and they were like not working. They were trying to go to other workbenches and stuff, and like for some reason I could not figure it out. So I looked on the wiki and I found out that if they can pathfind to another one, they will try to do that sometimes. So they can actually hop up over these lecterns. So if you don't have a block above their head, they think they can get out and go over here and work at this one. But because they're in minecarts, they can't actually do that. So they won't work. They won't reset their trades. So I was having some problem with that at first till I figured out I just needed to put blocks above their heads. And now they'll work at the workstation that's directly in front of them because it's the only one they can access. And I got a farmer over here so we can trade for this kind of stuff. So let's run through these real quick. We got the mending guy, of course. We've got feather falling. We've got silk touch. Most of these guys, their second books aren't that great. Unbreaking 3, looting 3, protection 4. And then over to this side, we've got efficiency 5, sharpness 5, projectile protection. I got all the other protections on out here as well. So infinity. And then we've got blast protection and fire protection. And then I want to get a cleric over here and something else probably. But we still got some more villagers over here. You can see some of them glitched out to the backside there. I got a couple of them into mine carts. There's one that's still loose over there. And then there's a bunch in this glass still. So that'll be good for our iron farm that we're going to set up. And then you might have seen this thing. This is a nano farm. You might have seen me build one on the last series that I did. This one's a little different though. So you put the bone meal in here. I've been bringing from the skeleton farm bone meal over in bone block form. So I have a bunch over here. But you get that in there. Because they updated to where you can't actually plant on dark tilled land anymore. The old style nano farm wasn't working anymore, so you have to do this now, and this thing just goes back and forth, and you can hear the dispensers firing there, and then you just get up here and you look inside and you can see the dirt down there, the tilled dirt that's got water by it. And because this piston's opening and closing, it's letting light in. And if we just hold the button to plant, and we can just plant it, and you can see. Gotta get it in the right spot here. 1 second. There it goes. Now you see down there, my carrots are just climbing. I'm getting a bunch of carrots. It does burn through the bone meal pretty quick, but I've got tons of bone meal from over there at the skeleton farm, grinding. So, and then I just shut this off, and I got a few stacks of carrots, and I always make sure that I leave some in here so that I don't trade them all, and then I can just come over here and trade with this guy until he locks out, or until I run out of carrots, and get a bunch of emeralds that way, get our XP. We've been trading paper to these guys that have the paper trades and stuff, and then we'll just leave that in there, and I've been leaving my emeralds in here. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Like, it may not seem like a lot, but it took me a long time off camera to trade with all these guys, get all the books that I wanted and needed, get it figured out after I dropped them down and everything. I still got to decorate this room. Like, that's probably going to be in a few episodes or so, sometime between episodes, something like that. Because what we really want to do, make sure there's no creepy creeps or anything around here, since it was just nighttime a minute ago. Okay, we're looking good. What I want to do right now is get to work on more of this town. I think I want to build 2 more houses in today's episode. We'll do it on time lapse, obviously. So I'm thinking we want to build a house for our cows because we need a steadier source of leather. So we'll build almost like we did with the shepherd house, you know, and we'll have some cows in the back or whatnot. And then we'll have a cow breeder and stuff underneath so that we can get leather and steak from it. And then that'll pretty much make the chicken farm over here obsolete because we'll be eating steak and stuff instead. So we'll do that, and then I think I want to build like a blacksmith or a woodcutter house. Either one. I don't know which one for sure yet, and I don't really know exactly where I'm gonna put them. I'm thinking I might do the cows right over here next to the sheep. So you got the two places right next to each other. Um, actually, instead of calling it like a cow house or whatever, we'll just call it the butcher. We'll make a butcher shop, and we'll put it right here. And he can have cows and some pigs or something in there. And then underneath we'll have where we do all of our cows at. And then we'll do a blacksmith's house. And I don't want to put it in like that. I'm thinking that's like almost like a kind of a farming area, or like a, I don't know, where you would have the cows and sheep and all that, and it probably kind of stinks. So then like there'll be some like smaller houses around here and stuff to kind of fit in with that. Like it's kind of like the slums almost. And then like over in this direction over here somewhere, we'll have like the blacksmith, probably more out here, so he's closer to here for the soldiers and stuff for there, and closer to the port to be able to ship off weapons and armor and stuff. But I'm gonna get those laid out, made up, and everything on time lapse, and then I'll be right back with you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the time lapse there, building the couple buildings up. So let's take a look at what we got. I did some off-camera decorating and stuff. So we got a little awning coming off of this. This is going to be the butcher shop. I still got to make a little pin over here on this side for the cows. And right here on the little porch area, this is like for pickups and drop-offs is what I was thinking, with the barrels and stuff here. And then we've got the like a little seating area right out here. And then you come inside, got a little entrance area, like a little waiting room. I've still got to texturize the walls and stuff in here. I need a piece of bamboo for that, but we got like a little table, painting, waiting area. You can place your orders and stuff here, and back here's where all the like butchering and stuff happens. The butcher lives in here. This is like his little bedroom and stuff, so he can sleep in there. And then back in here, we got all the smokers to cook the meat. And then we got campfires with meat, raw meat on it. We got some pork, mutton, and beef. Basically what you do is you put the meat on the campfire and then you throw a splash water bottle on it. And it puts it out, but it doesn't knock the meat off. And then we got a sword and an axe here for, you know, butchering animals. A little storage area back in here, which I'll probably use this here as a way down for when we put the leather and beef farm underneath this, but I haven't started doing that yet. Back here we got some raw beef hanging. It's just netherrack and quartz ore. I think it's getting dark, so let's sleep real quick. Yeah, it's just netherrack and quartz ore, so kind of looks like fat and bones and whatnot. And then redstone on the floor to look like blood. I still want to do a little more decorating in here. Then a back door to come out to the back, and this is where I'm going to have a pin probably starting here and kind of coming over and going at an angle past the shepherd's house and over this way. And then I had to knock some of this wall or hill down here, so I'm going to knock it back a little bit more and we'll put like a retaining wall up right here out of stone and stone brick and stuff, and then we'll kind of terraform this area down a little more too, so it all looks a little better. But I'll do all that stuff off camera when I have some time. And back here's where we'll keep the cows. We'll keep some pigs and stuff back here, and then that way the butcher can just lead them in through here when they're not suspecting it, kill them, hang them up, butcher the meat, and then sell it from in here. So yeah, that's the butcher shop. And then we also built the blacksmith over here closer to the keep so that these soldiers and stuff could get their armor and whatnot quicker. So we got a little patio type area right here. This area is also like a pickup and drop off area, just like we had on the porch over there. And what I was thinking is that this barrel and this chest, what I want to do is put my furnace array underneath this building so that we can smelt all our stuff. And I'm thinking that we can use these chests and barrels as inputs for the fuel and for the items that are going to get smelted. So we could come up and boom, and then they would go down to underneath this, which I haven't done any of that yet. And it would just go right into the furnace array, so when we come up from the mines or something, we can just come right over here, boom, throw a bunch of stone or whatever we want to smelt into here, and then it would go through, smelt, and I'd probably use some sort of elevator or something to make it come up over here and get into these barrels so that we don't ever have to go underground other than to build it. And then here's a little stall for where they can sell stuff from here. I want to get some diamond armor and gear and stuff in here, a little extra storage and whatnot. And then over here is the forge where you can forge tools and armor and stuff. I'm gonna put an anvil, decorate this up a little more too. And then he lives inside of here. So you come in, it's got a little shelving area, entrance area right here. Carpet, this is like his little cooking and keep his house warm area. Some storage and stuff, table, chairs, some paintings and stuff. And then if we go up into the bedroom, yeah, painting, some more storage, his bed. Yeah, so that's basically the blacksmith's house. and like I said, I put him close to the keep so that if they put in an order for tools or weapons or armor or whatever, he can make it, and then they can just come right out and get it. They don't have to travel halfway across the town or city or whatever to get it. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it though for this episode, guys. I did a lot of building. Took me quite a few days to build these up, between work and everything else, and then with everything that's going on with the kids here and everything, it's hard to find a good time to record voiceovers. So that's why most of this episode is probably the time lapses. But next episode, I think, since we're all geared up now, we've got all our armor all enchanted, all our weapons all enchanted and everything, and since we're all geared up, I think next episode we are going to go looking for the stronghold so that we can fight the Ender Dragon. And if the stronghold's not too far away, we can fight the Ender Dragon in the same episode. But usually strongholds are pretty far away, so if it takes us a while to find it, we will fight the dragon in the episode after that. So once again, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you go down, click that like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.